is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can change the focus to a soft blur or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to...
Check it out, yo! If any woman comes around trying to test me, if any woman comes around trying to test me, if any woman comes around trying to test me, if any woman comes around trying to test me.
Okay. There, now we have audio. I don't know how, but the audio got turned. Okay, let's start that over again. Hey, it's not Daniel Baldwin.
No, I'm not.
We have Dennis Mother Shuck at Mother Shuck Farrell from Twitter and Facebook. So what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about whether or not Fred from Brooklyn is actually a fan from day one, an O&A fan from day one as well.
Yes, he is.
Yes, see, all the poker guys. That's why I love. You know what I like, Dennis. I love when people text me, like inbox me on Facebook. Because I mean, I pretty much friend anyone that sends me a request. It's a matter of numbers. The more numbers you have at Facebook friends, the more numbers I'm going to have watching, coming down to my shows, blah blah blah. So what I'll do is, I'll answer them, but they always have questions like, what does it take
to get
into
the compound
an invite
poker game?
Right, to get an invite.
I get the same shit, believe it or not.
I'm telling you.
Just my association with you guys.
Oh, they think you have some kind of pull. They think they have some kind of...
I am the poker Nazi. And by the way, let me tell you something. For the poker games, yes, I do have pull. I pretty much am the guy that seats everybody at the poker game.
To some, you're the poker Nazi. To some, you're the beer guy.
No, it's the sleeveless beer fetcher.
The sleeveless beer fetcher. And you're not Daniel Baldwin, so I've got to do something about that. Hold on, let me fix that. I can fix that right now. So what? Let's give him a brief rundown on what happened at the last poker game. Who were the big winners, Dan?
Well, the big winners at the end of the night?
Yeah.
It was you and me.
That's kind of what I thought. I passed out long before the game ended because I'm an old man. Because I'm an old man.
Cashed out $40 higher than me, but you bought in for $100 more. So I think it may have been the first time ever that I actually walked away as the #1 guy at the game.
Really? First time ever?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I always, my conservative play doesn't book. I'm never going to sit down and wind up with 2,000 chips in front of me unless a ridiculous heater goes on.
I see.
And the looser players, they have the bigger swings. You guys cash in for more, but you'll also buy in, 2-3 times, where you very rarely see me buy in twice, and definitely, I don't think I've ever bought in a third time.
No, I've never seen you buy in 3 times. You either start winning or you kind of say, well, maybe it's not my day for poker.
Yeah, I'm a much tighter player. There's much more loose, aggressive players there. I mean, between you, your brother, Cuffs, it's fucking retarded sometimes.
Yeah.
Fred is kind of loose, aggressive, but not really. Fred will play any two cards for a reasonable amount, but he won't go the distance with it unless he hits something. And
I've seen him bluff. I've seen him make some calls that were ridiculous. I don't know if it had anything to do with this. Or if it was just a matter of him, kind of figuring he was going to win in the end, because, as it goes, usually the Jews do. What happened with him was I bet a big hand. I caught a boat on the end, and I knew he had the flush, and I caught a full house on the end. That was the one he made me show him. Remember that?
Right.
Remember that one hand? He goes, I'm going to pay you off, but I got to see it at the end. I got to see it. And I could have said no. I could have shoved and been a scumbag about it. Not a scumbag. I could have been a poker player about it, but I didn't because he's, it's a friendly game.
That's the problem with that game is that not to sound gay, but you love everybody at the table. And you're not there to fuck them. But you let them fuck themselves pretty much. That's
exactly what it comes down to. You don't want to do like some of the antics, some of the shenanigans I've seen you and I pull in at the Borgata. When we go away for any amount of time, we've sat at the same table and been like, oh shit, you've seen me stone cold bluff, multi-$100 hands, $1,000 hands, and I've seen you pull some shit too. But we really won't do that at Ant's house, unless it's Anthony. Who's balled on the chopping block.
Well, I bluff Cuffs off a hand, which is what started. Because, we played for 12 hours, and the first 9, 10 were just uneventful for me. I couldn't get anything rolling. And then I got in a hand where I had an open-ended straight draw and a flush draw, missed on the turn, and then missed on the river. And Cuffs was betting into the pot. And I was down to my last 110 or whatever, and I just threw it in a pot on the river, and he dilly-dallied, and then he folded it, and that's what started me off. So I don't mind bluffing Cuffs because he's the bluffing fucking machine. Him and Anthony, the two biggest bluffers on that table.
Well, that's because, Mike does it because he thinks he's good at it, and Anthony does it because a lot of times he doesn't give a fuck. And that's why I say we just, we'll do what we have to do to Anth. It doesn't really matter. I've seen his balls on the block more than once. I've shoved, and even then, it's Anthony. We're playing like hundreds. It's like me and you playing pennies.
Absolutely.
And the funny thing is, I'll say to Anth, because he's my brother, I'll say to him, you don't want to call. You don't want to call me. Don't call. I call. I call. Like, dude, you're going to get crushed. And it doesn't, it's just the way he operates at a poker table. I've seen him do some crazy shit. Some really, really crazy shit on poker tables in AC. Not to mention blackjack, but poker tables. I saw him in a multi-$1,000 hand. There were pumpkins. They were like $1,000 chips, the big ones. If I'm letting the listeners know. $1,000 chips, 6, 7, 8 of them in that pot, and there was a very serious 5-10 player in the back, in the parlor they call it at the Borgata, and Anthony was on a stone cold bluff. He had nothing. The flop was like King Jack Ace. He had like a deuce 5 offsuit, and he just kept on going with it. He shoved at the end, and the guy folded.
He's not as bad as a poker player. Like, I saw some of the comments. I actually watched the
Periscope.
He did the Periscope, right, the day after, because I wanted to see the one hand. I'll tell you about my one hand that was, it was the big hand of the night. But he just likes action.
Oh yeah, no, he loves action.
Just likes. It doesn't matter to him. He just likes the action. So he'll play anything in
That's why he'll play blackjack at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning after playing all night, and he doesn't care if anyone's at the table with him or not. Yeah. Doesn't matter to him.
Poker bores him because it really is 90% of the time you're doing nothing. You're folding 90% of the time.
Right.
You know, you're watching other people play way more than you're actually playing the game.
Right. Right.
If you're doing it right, anyway. But Anthony doesn't like that. So
He said, "Well, yeah, no." He says that when he wants to relax, he'll go play poker. He plays poker to relax.
You know, I only seen him in that poker room once of all the times I've been down there. That was the time he got yelled at for trying to take a picture of me over at another table.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah.
The security guard came and scolded him.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that happen a bunch of times. Never so much as playing blackjack. There's always like a ton of restrictions at the blackjack table, and it's usually like it's the house against the players, so they're way more strict than they are on the poker.
What happens at the poker table? They're getting their take no matter what.
Right, exactly. Well, yeah, they're way more strict at blackjack tables, and I've seen my brother do some fucked up shit, man. I saw him. Well, there was the time with the pillow when Keith got.
You were there for that? I didn't know you were there. I wasn't.
Keith got him a pillow. Yeah, it was. Well, he was cunting it up. He was just cuntity cunt fucking cunt fuckity fuck, and the dealer was starting to get annoyed, so. They got him a pillow to scream his obscenities into because they didn't want to lose the action. Obviously, it's tens of thousands of dollars. Sometimes getting into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they didn't want to lose the action. But at the same time, the dealers were getting offended. I think he turned off 3 out of 5 dealers in that pit said, "I'm not dealing for that boy ever again." I'm pretty sure that's what I heard, and. So they gave him a pillow to yell into. So, fuck you, God! He'd have like a 20, like 3 20s after splitting and shit. And the dealer has 15 showing and turns up a fucking 6. That, when you have, 1,000, 2,000 on each one of those hands and the dealer fucks you over like that, he doesn't give a shit. So he's like, okay, I'm okay. He'll put the pillow down. And the dealer will turn up that fucking 6 and he'll go, fucking cunt.
I was talking to the cards.
Exactly.
I wasn't talking to you.
That's what.
To the cards.
The fucking chick, it looked like Custer's last fucking stand all over again. We're up at Foxwoods. So it was all Indians, and it was Wounded Knee, man. It was fucking horrible. And Anthony's like, he sits back. He's like, fucking cunt. She's like, I don't have to take that shit from anybody. Calls over the fucking pit boss. And Anthony's like, what? I was talking to the cards.
And let me expand a little bit. Now, when you were saying tens of thousands, that's not like in a session. Like, some people would think, oh, tens of thousands. Well, he bet $500, and at the end, it was tens of thousands bet.
No.
I have seen him play at the Borgata 3 spots. 7,000 on each spot. That comes out to $21,000 per hand.
But it's all relative, Dennis. It's all relative.
Yeah, no, I understand. Because after I saw him drop an insane amount of money, I said to him, I can't watch this anymore. I'm getting sick to my stomach. And he said, Dennis, don't worry about it. I'm all right. I got everything I need.
Fine. Really he's fine. And it's not even like he's gonna be fine. He is fine. Yeah. He could drop that. He just took a fucking flight to Hawaii. He's staying for 4 days. Flew first class. He's staying at he's staying at some king's house. I don't know where he's staying. He's staying at the king of Hawaii's house.
I think it's called the Four Seasons.
The Four Seasons. Valley, he's staying at a really nice place. And took his girl with him there. And it's amazing because it's just I'm like, you go into fucking Hawaii, you're staying for 4 days. What are you going to do after 4 days? You get sick of being on vacation anyway. Well, I guess so, when your whole life's a vacation.
I don't know.
Life is a vacation. He commutes down his basement stairs and does, a couple hours a day. And from what I hear, this is hearsay, so don't quote me on it, but from what I hear, his show actually outbilled the Opie and Jimmy show in advertising last period. That's kind of a trend. That's a trend. That shows trends, folks. Where the money goes.
That show's 11 months old, by the way. It's only an 11-month-old show. That's it.
I know.
11 months.
I know. and a lot of other very exciting things that I hear. Some acquisitions that are being made. I'm not going to expand on right now. I'm not saying anything, but some amazing
Been in trouble
things.
before for this. Stop.
You know what I'm saying. I don't want to. Yeah, right. I'll be getting a fucking text from Keith any minute. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking? You know. So
Cease and desist.
yeah. What the fuck? What's the matter with you? I worked so hard on this. I'm sorry, man. Sorry. I'm just a stupid fucking guitar player. What do I know?
Get back. Before we get off of poker, I just wanted to give the one big hander tonight. I don't know if anybody watched it on Periscope.
I don't know if you know, but we'll never be off poker, Dennis. We will never be off poker.
It was it was a hand where I got a king rag of diamonds, like king 7, something like that, and it was $2 to go. So I called it, and Anthony raised it up to 7. So I called, and Cuffs called. And that was it. It was the three of us go to the flop. And 3 diamonds comes on the flop. So I flop the second nut hand. So I'm pretty happy with that.
I would be.
Cuffs is first to act. And he goes, to Anthony, he turns and goes, I'm going to test you. 15. Puts 15. So I say to Mikey, I'm going to test you.
Oh, I'm going to test you. Oh.
So I make it 40. Anthony thinks about it for 2 seconds, calls for 40.
That's about where I snored.
Cuffs goes, you know what? All in. Takes his chips, put them on the table. So I said, all I could do now is go all in over the top, hoping Anthony folds so I could isolate Cuffs. Anthony takes about a minute. He actually tanks for once. I never seen him tank and think about anything for a minute. But he goes, you know what? Let's gamble. And he calls.
Oh.
So we go to show the hand. Cuff shows the queen of diamonds and a rag. He's got the third nut flush.
Right. So yeah,
I got the second nut flush with the king rag.
And you already had it. It was made, right, for you?
Oh, yeah, it was made right on the flop.
Yeah.
And it was made for Cuffs, too, but he had the queen.
Right.
So I had him beat. Anthony shows ace of diamonds, queen of clubs. So now I got to fade.
Any diamond.
I got to fade the diamond for 2 streets.
Oh.
And here's the history. Anthony loses a lot. He'll win once in a while. But against me, whenever it's heads up, he always comes out on top. It's amazing. It really is amazing. It's
I can vouch for that. I vouch for that. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I just see you get all red.
And all I said was, I had this hat on. I put it down like this. 2 black cards. I didn't even want to look. No eyes. I couldn't see. No eyes. I said 2 black cards. And it came out 2 black cards. And
you won.
About a $700 pot.
Nice. Good for you. It's about time. Although you do well. You do well in tournaments. Tournament play, when we do tournaments over there, you do well. You always, I mean, you cash more often than not.
I do well in the cash. All right. But I never, like I said, because of my type play, I never get into these. They go. It gets crazy over there.
They turn into pissing matches. They really do.
Stretch.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen some crazy shit, but it's a friendly family poker game.
Yeah,
basically.
Family.
So it's fun.
50 to go. Pre-flop.
Except when you guys bring strangers or like, you know, not strangers but acquaintances over there. Then it's like, let's see what we can do to this guy. You know, Chris came over. Chris Antos from Livewire, the AC/DC tribute band. He's the lead singer. Friend of mine, lives right up the road. So he was invited. Why? Because he's a musician, and I've known him for fucking 10 years, and that's how he got invited. Anyone that's thinking about coming over, and he did fairly well. He was not.
I think he cashed out somewhere between 5 and 6, if I remember.
Yeah, he was like 190 up. He said.
Okay, so it was 490 then, I guess.
He did pretty good.
Okay.
He didn't do bad. You know, while we're on the subject of gambling, I really do have to bring this up. Do you remember a gentleman by the name of Don Johnson?
Yes,
blackjack player. He started out as a lowly dealer. He was a dealer. He actually worked at a racetrack. I want to say somewhere up north, like in Massachusetts. He was at a racetrack that ended up getting table games. So when he was a horse race bettor, you know, he would bet on horses, and when they got their table games in, he decided he was going to play a little blackjack. So he did. he got to know the game. Long story short, he got tight with the owners or the the people that hire in the casinos, and he got himself a job as a dealer. He dealt for a long time, and he played at the same time. He got to know the game really well. So what he did was he went to Atlantic City. Between Caesars, the Borgata, and one other place, he became what's known as a whale. Bet huge amounts, way bigger than what even what Anthony bets. I mean, you're talking about getting special dispensation for special acts. Father, can I get a special dispensation? Yeah, pretty much. He was allowed to through their concierge, through their host, their casino host, they can get special advantages, special things done for them. He got money back when he lost X amount of dollars. They'd give him X amount back, a percentage. Because you're talking about now hundreds of thousands of dollars. He was a high roller. He ended up getting, he was allowed to split more than 3 times, unlimited splitting. He was allowed to split aces more than once. You know how you're not allowed to split aces more than once? Well, he got that done. He was allowed to touch his cards, which you're not allowed to do. But because he's spending that much money, he gets these little advantages.
And he got a special card. It was a special dex that he got that he wanted. He was
special types of cards.
Brand.
He also got permission to bring. Well, he would actually bring porno starlets that were like in town for the AVNs. We'd bring them to the table and have them whip out their tits and distract the dealer. So there were a bunch of things that he did that he knew would take this game, blackjack, which is normally, I think the odds are some. I mean, if you round it off, just roughly round it off, it's the closest in odds as far as casino games go to the player actually having the advantage. It's still 48% player, 52% house win-loss ratio.
As long as you play basic strategy 100%.
Right, 100% of the time, exactly.
You can't go.
There are luck. I mean, you can't go against. Yeah, right. You can't go against the basic strategy. Well, anyway, this gentleman was able to use every one of those things that I just mentioned and slant the odds to 51-49 him. This is how they figured out this. They figured out how he did it. And he played the same game. Didn't matter. He didn't count cards. He knew how to play the game. And he used, rather than counting, he used all these little peripheral things that he enabled himself to do to gain the advantage percentage-wise. And walked away with $5 million of Harrah's, Caesars Entertainment, and Borgata money. Became a millionaire.
More along the lines of 8.
Was it? Yeah, it was a lot. So. It was a lot of dough, and made his money and really stopped playing after that. I mentioned this story because it kind of reminds me of something that's going on now. There's a social trend that that the way things are being handled these days, from a law enforcement standpoint, from politicians, the way they the laws that they've passed, the way they've handled certain emergency situations. I'm talking Baltimore and rioting in Ferguson, and I really don't want to just get back on the black thing, so it's going to be very brief. But I had this thought go through my head today, and I really felt as though I must convey my thoughts on the subject. In the same way, this Don Johnson guy turned the odds to his favor. That's exactly what you see going on in society these days. You see, because of certain things that are given to a certain segment of the population, certain liberties that are given, let them riot. They need to blow off steam. Let them come over the borders because that's the way it's always been in this country, and we should continue to do so. He was a child. He really didn't know what he was doing. He was a gentle giant. He didn't grab for the gun. You can go on and get deeper into the into scholarships, let's say. Scholarships for certain minorities are much more obtainable than they are for, let's say, for a white kid, just out of high school. You'd be more likely to obtain a scholarship from the UNCF, the United Negro College Fund. You'd be more than likely to obtain one there than you would be to get one straight out of high school because your fucking SATs were so good. If you're a middle class kid, white kid. So where I'm going with this is that the opportunities and advantages that are afforded the black community, especially the youth these days, are going largely wasted and not claimed by as many people as could be, because of a problem with keeping their pants up around their fucking waists or not speaking the language properly. I'm no scholar when it comes to the English language, but you don't walk into a job interview and start throwing yo bra around. I mean, you don't walk into a scholarship interview with your pants hanging down around your ass. You don't have Thug Life tattooed around, across your chest and walk around naked during spring break if you're a respected football player on a college football team looking to go pro. There are so many things that are being given away because of the odds being slanted in the favor of minorities these days. As a white guy, I'm a 56-year-old white man. I really don't care one way or the other. I'm not up for these scholarships. I'm not up for grants and special loans and things that...
But your daughter will be. But your daughter will
precisely. Be. That's where I'm getting at. And I mean, and that being as bad, as unfair as it is, a lot of people might say, well, it's been unfair the other way around for so many years. It's about time the worm turns. It's about time, more of these programs are available for black underprivileged youth. And you know what? I agree. But we're there, folks. We're already there. And unfortunately, a lot of these outs, you want to talk poker, you want to talk gambling? A lot of these outs for disadvantaged inner city young black kids are being wasted. They're being wasted because that's not the kind of thing that'll give you street cred. You know what it does give you, though? It gives you life cred. It gives you credibility in life. And it's unfortunate that when I see YouTube, Facebook, every post, everything. I mean, News 12. Tune into News 12. There was a bank robbery today in Riverhead County. Before the picture comes up, I do it all the time, and Carol goes, "That's not very Oh, I know what's gonna. I know what it is. I know what's gonna happen." And these violent fucking videos, man. Uber violence for no fucking reason. There's no reason for it. There's no reason to strike another human being unless you're defending yourself. In which case, they struck first, and you've got to defend yourself. Otherwise, you go to jail. I say, it degrades to this, Dennis, every show. Almost every show that I do. I try to say, you know what, I'm going to stay away from that subject. But I'm hit with it every day on Twitter, on Facebook. I'm hearing about how unfair the justice system is, how many kids there are that, black kids that are put away. There's a reason for it. There's a reason.
So I guess I was going to invite you out Friday night to go play the knockout game. I guess we're not going to be doing that.
You know what? Let's go up to the Bronx and do it then.
Oh.
We'll go up to the Bronx. We'll just look for old black men that we know can't hurt us, and we'll knock them the fuck out. We'll just knock them the fuck out, just for fun. First, I got to do a hit of my crack.
Well, hey now.
It's vapor. It's just vapor. Look, Carol killed it.
Oh, Carol is using your vape?
I think so. Yes, she does from time to time. It's medicinal. I was told I was pre-glaucomic.
Hey,
so you know.
My doctor hasn't prescribed it. My job doesn't look highly upon it.
My job doesn't give a flying fuck.
Show entertainment.
The funny thing is, this right here is what's known as a vaporizing pen. I said I was going to talk about it. We might as well get into it. We'll get into this. Yeah. By the way, off the Negroes! Off the Negroes! Okay, off the black jokes. Yeah, how many does it take to pay for? No, I'm not going to go there.
No,
I'm not. I'm kidding. Jesus Christ. Here we go. So the vaporizer pen was something that was completely alien to me.
That's a lie.
What's a lie? What's a lie?
I've been hitting up on your vape.
A lie?
A lie.
A lie? That's a lie. Come on. Come and tell me. What? You want to hit?
I've been hitting up on your vape.
Do you want to hit?
Stop it.
Oh, look. It'll disappear, though. Watch. It comes out of my hand. Look. See? She has no idea. Here, change the cartridge. Well, here's the thing, Dennis. This is amazing. It amazes me because I'm from the old school. I'm from the old school of pot in a pipe or pot in a joint. Green, combustible, leafy substance. And it was leafy back in the day. And it would get you, get you high, but you took in everything else with it. Now, if you watch, I'll demonstrate one more time. Hit the button.
Next thing you know, he's going to be growing his hair long.
My hair does not have the ability to grow.
Oh, sure
even short, honey.
He went and got tattooed. Then he got some vape. Next
I've
thing
been
you
tattooed
know,
for years.
growing his hair.
Well,
Just saying.
here's the deal. It was completely alien to me. I come from the old school. I smoked a lot when I was a kid. But apparently, when I wasn't looking over the past, 30 years, they came up with an entirely new delivery method for THC. It's called vaporizing. And what it does is they extract the pure THC from the bud using CO2. They use carbon dioxide to get this done. And was that C2O? C2O. No, CO2. No, C2O is carbon monoxide. CO2. I'm a fucking brain surgeon. And what they do is they extract the oils, and they put it in a cartridge. You screw it into this pen-like thing that's got a battery in it.
It's like smoking.
This is all for all my old friends that watch, because I know all the kids know about this. But there's a battery in there, and the battery heats up when you hit this little button and turn it blue. See, it turns blue. The battery heats up, but only enough to turn the substance in the canister to vapor, not burn it. It does not burn this stuff. So basically what happens is it only delivers the THC. It delivers nothing else. What joints and pipes, what they do is you get carbon monoxide, you get tar, all types of there's cyanide in there. There's anything when it's combusted. When they burn it, when it burns, it releases these toxins, which can't affect a buzz in a good way. That's the dry mouth, the really dry mouth that you get. It's not caused by THC, which is kind of fucked up because every scientific study back when I was a kid would be all about one of the symptoms of being high on tetrahydrocannabinol, which is what THC is, tetrahydrocannabinol, you know that? Did you know that, honey?
No,
She didn't know that.
yeah.
Is it's not supposed to make your mouth dry. That's not one of the symptoms of being high.
It's the
one of
delivery
the-
method.
One of the telltale. Yes, it's all about the delivery method. Brand new delivery method. And to top it off, I found out that you can buy these legally in some states.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a crack vial, don't it? Looks like a crack vial.
I
But it's
wouldn't know.
not. It's pure, unadulterated, wonderful tetrahydrocannabinol that just vaporizes and does the job for anyone who's interested in smoking it. And it's not the kind of thing where it smells. It doesn't smell. I don't allow smoking in my home, and it doesn't.
Well, listen, I've heard that from our friend from Brooklyn. It does smell. You can smell it, but it's nowhere near. It's minute compared to like if you lit a joint. Or,
Hey, wait, who am I? Who am I? I have taken my pen and smoked on an airplane,
Yeah. I was.
and nobody knew I was smoking.
No, he's full of shit. Because when we went to the he said, "Oh, in open spaces, you can't even." We were in a theater, and the theater's a lot bigger than a fucking airplane. And he was sitting a good 40 feet away from me. He was in the next. I was in the center section. He was on that side section, and he was against the wall.
Yeah.
So he was a good 40 feet away, and I could tell when he was hit.
Well, the shit he gets smells like Pepe Le Pew's ass. He's got some of the fucking funkiest skunk weed I've ever. And you know what really got me fucked up? Tax. Oh, what the fuck? I think I'm getting used to it. I'm all like, yeah, guys, okay, I'm good with this now. Because the first time Fred dosed me, he was like, yeah, go ahead, take a hit, take a little puff, and I was fucking out. He put me out of the game. I was beating him up. I was beating him up pretty good too, and he put me out of the fucking game. He did. He put me out of a poker game.
Madness.
It was insane. It was called Indica Kush. And it was that fucking good. 2 hits, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go lay down on the couch now. I fell asleep watching Jaws or some shit. And the thing that got me about this past time was what Tax passed over to me.
And what was that called?
It was some kind of hybrid. It didn't even have a fucking name. I think it just had a number. I think it was just called a million. It was just, this one goes to 1,000,000. It fucked me up, man.
Yeah, by the way, you fell asleep during this.
I don't remember. I did. I know.
No, it's on you. 2 to play, Joe.
I was falling aslead at the table. I had to leave. At least I have that sense.
On the couch for a little while.
You know how many
You left
times-
after I cashed you out? After the game broke up, I handed you a fistful of fucking dollars.
You did.
And that's when.
Oh, I trust you like I trust you like the German people trusted Hitler back in the day.
How'd that work out for him? Well, I guess for them not too bad.
Poker Nazi. I was watching reruns of Seinfeld. I put it up on Hulu the other night. Forgot how fucking funny that goddamn show was.
The first run, it was must see TV. It was. I watched every fucking episode.
After that,
for the kids out there, it was none of this DVR stuff. You had to have a fucking VCR, a blank tape, and know how to program the fucking thing.
Yeah, that was
You
nearly
had to
impossible.
be there at 8:30, whatever time it was on Thursday night on NBC.
Yeah.
But I was there every show. I watched every episode.
Yeah, I came on board a little late, but Anthony got me into it. I mean, I always knew who Jerry Seinfeld was. He used to play East Side Comedy a lot back in the day when Rich Minervini owned it in Comac. It was on
I
Jericho.
saw him out in suspenders right before the show broke. That was out in West Hampton or Hampton Bays, one of the two. There was a club out there. It was in the basement. And I saw him there. And, I mean, he was already famous from The Tonight Show.
Right.
He would, he came out of town. And I think he not co-hosted, but he subbed for Johnny a lot. And that's how I got to know him. And I caught on the first season. And I loved it. And they didn't, the critics hated it the first season.
Yeah.
It was almost canceled. It was this close to being canceled.
Oh, I know.
And,
I know.
and then it took off. It's probably the last fucking the last network sitcom that I actually watched.
Want to come full circle? How about Jason Alexander as a poker player?
Yes,
That
he's
son of
pretty
a
fucking
bitch.
good.
He fucking won Poker After Dark. He won the it's like the Celebrity, the Pro-Am, whatever they had, or Celebrity
As
Invitational.
celebrities go, he's one of the best.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And then you see those fish, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Matt Damon, who was in one of the most popular friggin' poker movies ever, Rounders. And man, what some shit calls he was making, man.
They're not as good. Kevin Pollak is very good.
You played with Kevin? Have you played with him?
No.
Yet? Oh, you played with Stuttering John.
Yeah. No, Kevin. Yeah, Stuttering John. We had a Stuttering John game, minus the Cumia brothers. Both of you didn't show up. Well, you had a reason. You were
I was working. Yeah. Anthony was working on a hangover.
Just, bailed on us. He was having too much fun in the city.
There you go.
But I've seen him. I mean, I've seen him on World Series of Poker, Pollak, and he's an excellent player. I've seen his play.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to play with my friend Bobby Woods.
Yes, sir.
James Woods. Yeah, James Woods. Bobby Woods. Bobby De Niro. James
Bobby's
Woods.
brother.
Who?
James Woods, Bobby Woods' brother.
Bobby Woods' brother. James Woods was a he's an incredible player too. He cashed. You were there.
Yeah.
You were there. You actually you played the
I
same
played in that tournament. Yeah, I played in that tournament. I didn't do well, but I keep an eye on it from the cash game, and that was the seniors event that last Borgata Open. I think the Spring Open.
Mm-hmm.
And he got down to the final table, and they played that final table forever.
It was late.
And I don't think anybody got 9. I think they maybe got down to 9 or possibly 8, but that was it. And they played for hours, and they just wound up doing a chop.
Yeah.
You know, they did a sliding chop. The guy with the most chips got some more money. But
I think James wanted the points more than anything. He just wanted the recognition. He wants a ring in the worst way. He still doesn't have a ring. He enters ring events whenever they're there. I mean, I've played with him up at Foxwoods, at the Borgata a couple of times, and he has not won a ring yet.
Well, it's only really a matter of time because he plays enough of these fucking tournaments, and he's an excellent player. So eventually, it has to happen.
Very good at what he does. Anthony played with Kevin Smith as well. He played a private game with Kevin Smith.
Right, the behind the comic shop game that they do.
Yeah. He was in that game. One of the first celebrity, what was it, like a Pro-Am that Anthony did was, I want to say Bicycle Casino out in California.
It was either Bicycle or Commerce. It was one of the two.
Yeah.
It was either Bicycle or Commerce out in L.A. Yeah.
Were you listening to that?
Oh, yeah.
You
Daniel
listened to that?
Negreanu. Yeah, oh, sure.
I was like...
That was the one where Opie was calling himself Anthony or something because he didn't want to get in trouble. And Lou Grant, what's his fucking name from Lou Grant? He called Opie the Destroyer.
Yeah.
That was that broadcast.
That was the same tournament where Anthony he bluffed Phil Gordon off a hand.
Right.
That
well,
was
of course,
funny.
he's going to bluff. Somebody's going to fall to one of his bluffs sooner or later at some point. He has to bluff somebody off a hand at every game he's ever played in.
I know.
Eventually, though,
hysterical. So he won't be going to Atlantic City when Jimmy plays. We were supposed to be going next weekend, right? The 11th. Oh,
that was tomorrow.
This coming, yeah.
It was like Friday and Saturday, 2 days from now.
I ended up picking up a gig in the Hamptons. Well, Thursday we're at Tropics in Freeport on the Nautical Mile. 2U is playing there, and then Friday I'm in the Hamptons playing at the West Hampton Country Club, Lovey. I'm doing that one.
Oh wait.
Oh, Gilligan. Oh, my boy.
I caddied at the West Hampton Beach Country Club, by
the
way,
you?
just so you know.
Well, they sent me look at this. She put a cap. She puts a bottle and a label on. That's
the
pretty
floating
cool looking,
cap.
ain't it? It's the floating cap. Yeah, so I'm playing.
I was Danny Noonan at the West Hampton Beach Country Club.
Noonan.
2 summers. I played for 2 summers. Looper, you know.
That's
Pro
funny.
Jack.
Pro Jack Looper. Yeah, so I'm doing that on Friday. Saturday I'm off. Gonna go out to have some hamburgers with Dawn for her birthday. DD rocks.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, we're doing that Bobby Flays. And then Sunday I'm down in Ocean fucking City, Maryland. Have some fun down on the Maryland shore. Only second in fun to the Jersey Shore. I really want to be there.
For 1 gig there, bro.
Huh?
I'll have a ride for 1 gig.
I'm telling you, man. It's well, it's gonna be
some sort of loop where you're kind of like working your way down. You know.
Yeah.
I'm in Jersey. I'm in Maryland. I'm in Virginia.
That's how it works. Yeah. Yeah. My drummer worked his way all over that area, and then finally just got hitched after meeting a girl on the Maryland shore. 11 days later, he was married, folks. 11. This one goes to 11.
What's the success rate of an 11-day marriage?
I don't know.
It's like 50-50 for a marriage.
You would have to ask the Elvis Reverend, you know, that marries you in Vegas.
You gotta say 90% failure there. If not.
I could only imagine that it's probably, if it is successful, it's a fucking miracle. It's a miraculous union, and they should like have a kid. It might be Christ. I don't know, man. There's no way. I just not after that. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. But hey, who am I to judge, right? I don't judge that shit. I just sit back later and go, you're fucking kidding me, right? You're kidding me, right? Yeah, he married into a family with, he got himself in his, and this one should hit a nerve with you. He was instantly the stepdad of a 16-year-old girl.
Wonderful. Hey, Vin, enjoy. Have fun. Have fun with that one.
Oh, boy.
I hate you. You won't let me drive the brand new car, and I don't even have a license. I hate you.
What I didn't understand about the whole thing was, he said, you know, she's really nice looking. She's not going to be on the market long. She's really sweet and nice, and they have, you know, pretty much parallel history and blah, blah, blah. But what I really didn't get was he said that I got to do it now because she's not going to be on the market very long.
Is she 17? I mean, what do you mean?
No, that's the funny part. She's in her late 30s.
She's been on the market for a while, I guess.
That's what I'm thinking. She got divorced when her kid was 2, so she's been on the market for 14 fucking years. I don't know. You know what? That's like Twinkies. That's like Twinkies. That ain't going bad for a long fucking time.
They got a long shelf life.
I'm telling you. So I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. I'm happy for him that he's found this girl. You know that. But I mean, I see. You know, there's writing on the wall here and there that make it make it even more difficult for me as a boss in a band, because that's what I love to fucking do. Yeah, I got a couple of emails today asking how the new old lead singer is doing.
Oh my God.
How he's doing with us, and he's been okay. You know, he's doing what he's got to do. He's going to work, singing, coming home. That was the other thing I want to talk about. Did you see that tribute band that got up on stage with U2?
No.
Oh, it's hysterical. I got to show you.
Let's
you real quick. Let me see. I'm going to bring this up, and if I do this right, let's see. YouTube. Yeah, hang on one sec. And I can get this happening, Dennis.
Hey, while you have dead air typing, did you see the thing about the football player on the Giants, Jason Pierre-Paul?
Was that the guy that fucking popped that chick in the face at the bar?
Now, let me tell you a quick story before you pop this on.
Okay.
4th of July, you know,
Right.
shenanigans, hijinks going on.
Right.
Got some fireworks. It's down in Florida, right? Getting
Yeah.
ready for camp. You know, I think it was a $14 million contract that's sitting on the table that he hasn't signed yet. A 1-year deal. So
Right.
he's not signed right now by the Giants, but he's one of their best defensive players. He's a great player. So this numbskull, and I don't understand athletes. It's either steroids, cocaine, marijuana, or just plain stupidity, and this falls under the plain stupidity. He decides to light off some sort of firework, blowing a finger off his hand and causing third-degree burns to the rest of his hand, jeopardizing a $14 million contract.
Millions.
$14 million
Millions.
just this season.
Wait a second. What's his name?
Jason Pierre-Paul?
Is he
No.
is he
No.
is he African American?
I don't even have to hear the question. Yes.
Stop! Enough already! Holy shit! Well, there was that white guy up in where was he up in? I think he was in Massachusetts, and his mom is like no, it's New Jersey, because New Jersey is like has legal fireworks. South Carolina, in fact, legal fireworks, so anyone can buy them and set them off. This guy took a fucking mortar and set it
on
off
his
on his head. Get the fuck out of here! And he died, and his mother blamed it on the fireworks. I'm sorry, it sucks. It sucks that you blew a fucking hole in your head with a goddamn piece of artillery. But Jesus fucking Christ. The mom blames it on the fireworks?
Of course.
That's
You
like
know,
blaming
well,
gun
that's
violence on the guns,
money
man.
grab. I mean, come on. What are you gonna blame it on your kid? No, you're gonna blame it on that. Sue him and settle for whatever. You know.
Jesus Christ.
But this guy, $14 million contract sitting on the table, was going to be signed in days, and he fucking blows his finger off and puts third-degree burns and nerve damage in his hand. And here's the sick thing: they say he's going to play. Now, how effective he is, and I doubt he's going to get a $14 million deal now. I'm sure it's going to be some sort of, incentive-laden contract. It's not going to be a guaranteed contract. But, I guess...
That's
play
fucked
with-
up, man. That's
Attack
fucked. That's
somebody
just
with
fucked
9
up.
fingers.
It's fucked
Fred
up that
walks
that
with
you don't
the toe.
think that thought didn't go into. I mean, look, man, you just have to think. A lot of people just like leave that out of the equation these days. The people aren't fucking thinking. These the kid that shot up the church, what the fuck was he thinking? That's what I don't get, Dennis. I don't get it when it becomes like, we're going to go with an insanity defense. Of course he's fucking crazy. He just shot up a church full of people doing nothing. So he's fucking crazy.
I don't know
But what
if
does
I-
that mean? Is that a defense? Is that truly a defense? I mean, is that what you're going to use to say that, oh, maybe he won't ever do it again? Give him a lighter sentence. I mean, it doesn't matter. Take something like that and remove it from the planet. And that should be done with every fucking African American that's done that in Chicago as well. Let's have an even playing field here. You want to fucking get rid of these non-thinking fucking animals. Just fucking get it done. Get the job done. Take the animals out of the equation. Not the guns. Not the guns that I enjoy shooting. I have fun shooting guns. I go to the fucking range. I shoot up refrigerators and watermelons, blow them up with high caliber weapons. I've never shot a person. And I have no desire to. Unless you come into my house when you're not invited. Other than that, I have no fucking reason. It's insane, man. Insane. People don't think. They don't think. It's everyone. I can't get a fucking... I eat McDonald's once every 2 years. I'll have a fucking McDonald's burger or a filet of fish sandwich, my favorite thing. And I ask them for very specific things. I just want the French fries to be hot. They got to be hot French fries. And when you make the filet of fish sandwich, don't put a whole shitload of that fucking mayo stuff, that tartar sauce that they put on it. I'll put it on. You can leave it on the side or leave it off entirely. I have yet to get a fucking order straight. They don't get the fucking order straight. Nobody does their job correctly anymore. Nobody. No
You
one
like
does.
ketchup on your egg sandwich?
Oh! No, don't even get me fucking started. Anthony did the same goddamn thing, man. We never eat ketchup on egg sandwiches. Oh, no, sir, you asked for the ketchup on the... Fuck you! Fuck you. It pisses me off. Yeah, things are going badly as far as society and functionality go. It's just let's get off this subject because I just get pissed off. And I sit here.
All right, give me this U2 tribute band.
I got to show you this. It's kind of interesting.
By the way, you spelt my name wrong, dummy.
I know. I know. I left out an R.
An R.
I know.
R. A pirate R.
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 Wait a second. Where are we? Okay.
R.
Well, I was asked this like 5 or 6 times today. How come I don't do this?
What's your name? Gabriel. Wow, you're...
What?
Yeah.
Stare at a screen?
So apparently, hang
We
on.
also met 10 years ago. In where? Detroit.
There we go. Nice.
It's a 10-year anniversary thing going on here. Can we bring the...
Shit.
Don't lose your...
Well, apparently what happened was there was a U2 tribute band called Acrobat out of Toronto, Toronto, Canada, and they have been fans of U2 forever. This Jason Pate guy that is the lead singer of this band has been a Bono. There's tribute bands, and then there's tribute bands, and then there's these guys that just like take it way over to the next level. Well, anyway, he's always been like at the gate when U2 comes into the venue, and he's met Bono backstage or like on the side stage on several occasions at meet and greets and whatnot. And he let Bono know that he plays in a U2 tribute band and that he was going to be at this show this night. So he did like a little piece in Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone actually did a piece about this happening in Toronto not too long ago. The kid waited by the back door, and Bono didn't have the time to come in to greet them, personally, or he had an interview or something. So he had to basically wave on the way in the limo, go right into the venue and do some kind of interview. So the kid was all bummed because he really wanted his shot of getting up on the stage. They had T-shirts printed up, and said their band name, U2 Tribute Show, blah, blah, blah. There's 4 guys. And he had an acoustic guitar with him to serenade Bono on his way in. It just seemed kind of creepy to go to that extent and then dress like Bono, just like
carry a guitar into a concert.
I look like you now. I look like you, and I want to be you. So I'm gonna go. Now here's the difference. Right now, people are saying, "You fucking tool, you play in a U2 tribute band." Yes, I do. I do. As does my good friend Mike Del Giudice playing in a Billy Joel tribute. But he plays in Billy Joel as well.
Billy Joel too.
He actually plays with Billy Joel as well. So here's my point. Here's what I'm getting at then. I do this as a living. I do it to make money. It's a way that I figured out how to play guitar and move my fingers in such a way that with the other hand, I'm getting thousands of dollars. I figured it out, worked it out. It took me a little while, but I got it done. Now, these guys are going for the moment. They're just going for that one moment of, I'm on stage with U2, and then that's it. So all the people that have been writing me saying, oh, you guys have to do this. If they ever saw you, they'd love you guys. A better U2 tribute band should be doing this with U2. That's got nothing to do with it. Here's what it is. We're a business. We make a living doing this. It's just like what U2 is doing. What they're doing is making money, playing and singing. That's what I want to do. I don't so much care about the head trip. The head trip's like, meh. And my head trip is, My head trip is, and it's going to sound corny as fuck, but hanging out with my daughter and watching her ride a little electric motorcycle around on a field. That's my head trip. That is the means by which to have the head trip happen. So any of you guys that, on Facebook and YouTube is very much appreciated. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the fact that you feel as though we should have been the ones doing that. It's very nice of you. But personally, meh. Well, anyway, here's Desire by a band called Acrobat out of Toronto, Canada, with U2 on stage.
Okay. Now, who's the drummer? Have you got a drummer?
I don't hear shit.
You got a moment off?
You don't hear it?
Maybe it's going out, but it ain't going out to me.
Hang on.
Give it a shot. Man, the air starts rocking. I guess I should do this.
What is that? Is that the screen? Is that like the video screen at the
That's
venue?
the video screen at the venue, yeah.
And then the stage is down bottom right.
Well, you could see the guy who's dressed like Bono in front of Bono.
Can't hear him.
There he is.
Silence.
Sorry, man. I'll let you hear it later. All right, well, there you go. It's the real Bono looking at the fake Bono like he's going to bite his head off. And the bottom line is this. Larry Mullen, I know from seeing probably 3 or 4 tributes get up on stage with them, despises giving up his kit. He doesn't want anyone anywhere near his fucking kit. Just doesn't want it. And that's it's kind of an annoyance for the crowd too. The audience is not.
I fucking paid $170 to go to this concert. I want to see fucking U2.
There you go. That's what I'm getting.
I don't want to see 2U for $175, Joe. Sorry.
See, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. Personally, I think I would rather. I'd rather just not see any tribute band on the stage with U2. But the thing is, it's kind of from a PR standpoint. Bono is he's known as the nice guy. The regular dude lets a tribute band get up there and play with him. That's cool. It's good for them for that. But I've seen Larry get pissed, and I'm sure he had something to say to Paul there, or to Bono after the show was over.
You calling him Paul Mahass? What was that, Paul?
Yeah, Paul Mahass. Yeah, no, Paul Hewson. Paul Hewson is Bono's real name, in case you didn't know. But probably like, motherfucker, again giving me fucking drums away. Yeah, it pisses him off. But anyway, that's basically why I do what I do. I mean, I do it because I make money playing guitar for a living, and it's got very little, if anything at all, to do with it being a head trip. I mean, being a musician by itself, you're kind of a head trip guy. You like.
Well, I mean, I can understand it if obviously the guy's. It's not just him making money. He's a huge fan. Obviously, it's like me going to a Billy Joel concert and Billy Joel asked me to come up and sing "It's Still Rock and Roll" to me. I would, I'd fucking go nuts.
Of course.
But I understand your point because you do make a living.
Yeah, well, it took a long time to get done, and it certainly didn't. It wasn't expedited. What am I saying? It wasn't expedited or made easier by getting up on stage with U2. It doesn't make a difference. That's the fucked up thing. You think, oh man, they got to jam with U2. It just doesn't make a difference. In a day, no one will remember that happened. There's a female band by the name of Exit that did that, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. And they're an original band now. My friend Alan out in L.A. knows them, hangs out with them and stuff, but really doesn't, it doesn't do any good for you. It doesn't do anything for your career. It doesn't make you get paid more or make you any more legit.
Well, about the only thing I can say is you could put it on a poster, as seen with the real U2 or some shit. That's about the only thing you're going to get.
You got Photoshop too. Who the fuck is going to investigate?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Watch this. I just had to do that. So that nose hanging there over my left shoulder. Carol's getting all sexy for me, but she's making herself dizzy. She's spinning around in my fucking chair and getting herself all dizzy. She's tanked though. I think she's pretty well on her way. And what that does for me is this. All right, tonight's supposed to be sex night because she's, because we don't have the kids and stuff. The kids are with their parents and the Layla's with her mom. And so she comes out and she's
Uh-oh.
You're not paying any attention to me.
Behind the scenes.
You're not paying any attention to me.
So I gotta spin myself around.
So I gotta spin myself around.
So you notice it.
Oh, God, it's just a crazy old broad. Another crazy old broad. Don't worry, honey.
I'm not that old.
Hold on, I'm coming, baby.
What's up, baby? Because don't you know Daddy's coming?
At that, I should find the closing segment for this thing because holy shit, Dennis, we did an hour and 15 minutes, man.
I was watching your sister's favorite show, Jersey Boys. And it's long over now, and they were just doing Walk Like a Man when you called. So yeah, we did a long show.
We did a long show. I mean, I'm fairly impressed at the fact that we well, not really, because it's kind of like just hanging out, bullshitting.
Yeah, we
really
could bullshit a lot longer than an hour and a half.
You know what else?
When you think about it, Joe, we could go on a lot longer.
Probably go on a lot longer than that. But you know what I haven't, what I didn't touch on, and I wanted to mention real quick, at the very least, about Hammer and Nails. That would be Skip and Allison Bedell from Catch a Contractor. My friends that record their podcast now over at my place, and I'm proud to say that I'm a part of the #1 podcast on New and Notable, I think it's called, on iTunes.
Wow.
It's the #1. In fact, their actual ranking was 40-something, 46, 40 out of the top 300. Number 40, Adam Carolla, who has them on Carolla Digital, is at 46. So right out of the gate, it was a very, very quick success story.
Number 40 with a bullet.
Number 40 with a bullet, absolutely. And there are more and more people I'm seeing texting and inboxing me on Facebook and Twitter. So go up on iTunes and to put in the search Hammer and Nails, as in.
I'm guessing she's the Nails.
Yeah, she's the Nails, but she's the one with the gun because she's law enforcement, and Hammer is
Hammer.
Is Skip. Yeah, but anyway, it was kind of funny. I mean, it had its moments. I know we have a bunch more in the can that are very funny that I did some production work on that are way more than what this podcast will ever be. I'm looking to anyway, I'm officially producer on that show, and we're gonna have a lot more fun in the future. So look for that on Adam Carolla's Carolla Digital and on iTunes and all over the place. You can Google it; it'll come up. It's the two cats from the two cats, man, from Catch a Contractor, which is in its 3rd season, by the way. Season 3 and doing really well. So look forward to doing that. I would like to thank my good friend, Dennis the Nose, the Poker Nazi Farrell. And,
Joe, scratch my nose.
Otherwise known as Mother Shuck on Twitter, and thanks to everybody. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, and from all of us here at the Guilty by Association Joseph Cumia Show. Joe Pietaro. I don't know if you were on chat, but if you were, thank you for handling it. If not, what the fuck I have you around for anyway? I think we have an interview with Daniel Baldwin coming up next. The real Daniel Baldwin coming up.
I was him. I thought I did the interview.
Right. And we will see you same time, same place next week. So have a good night, folks. And thank you again, Dennis.
You're welcome, Joe.
Later, guys.
We now return control of your television set to you. Until next week at this same time, when the control voice will take you to